Abusia for ni no go kwan so ye wakwa abasonko so e de ba ye ba media GH so abusia ye papa ye Martin Pebu a member of the oral team about Bonte de Sebia Babetujua or Chelsea ade a MPP top officials bi asha se returning enema omo ejidi se ababedi omo hwani na chese ye aban ne dia abra na ye papa na nado akofado ex-president etiso no nyuma bi ebedi omo nche no abomodin a returning e de ama ye oral team no o chiremu se watie okujeto ablakwa na otie okujeto ablakwa tumu se ensem a okujeto ablakwa edi egu from na chese mu edu yi pa chese enye fadi agro bi chese oral team na amate no enye ade se omodidi agro nti ono de ompe no ho asem na sase no ena da ho no oral team omomra no mo emefa nteyade a wa returning asase no back ade ama eye oral team asese no chese disi no ne aban eni asembia ne se oye fa no waye ni na awie abusuafo me pesa me kasa na pesa yeko ni kotie nsem no mu anchire mu na se wi na se wa adwenche bia ya bomode na ya che ya adwena be hye nso ama yese ha ebe media GH so se ena de dika woni twa channel so a ene de no obo kwan se be subscribe like no abo ahye wa for pesa me bieti na nya bieti yenko kotie adwuma pa a chese good news aba beto for me fa eye oral team no ho ne omo eye chese adwuma omo ebo ne kokotie omo adwuma pa amusia omo ebo na se wi na se wa adwenche bia bomode na ya che ya adwena be hye nso ama yese ha ebe media GH so se ena dedika woni twa channel so am bomodi subscribe like na bo ahye ma for person bieti na nya bieti ya das
negotiate. So there is nothing wrong with exploring the civil angle where we will take money and not proceed with a criminal prosecution, but naturally it has to be an eclectic approach. When we say eclectic, mosaic approach, so different colors. You cannot say leave all of them, just do recovery and allow all of them to go. No, in that case, the issue of impunity you've mentioned will fester too much. So you prosecute some, then you negotiate with others. So you go with this and that mixed approach, mosaic or eclectic. That's the way to go. But let's look at the Saudi example. You see how bin Salman got over 100 billion from the oligarchs by negotiating with them in a hotel. We should be looking at it. And of course, bringing a lot of
but
law
let me
reform.
ask you this direct question. With the oral preparatory team, have you had anybody come to you with the loot that they have taken away? That, look, you know what, I don't want any trouble, so you take the money quietly.
Okay, so you know that from our mandate we are preparatory. So being preparatory, our mandate doesn't involve actual recovery of the loot. That will be in the second stage. Okay. But at least there are examples of people who say they are returning. Do you remember the example of the NIB boss who says, okay, you know, yesterday we went, oral team, we went to the Agric Extension land around
the NDA, the National Northern Development Authority.
This one, NIB, National Investigative Bureau.
Okay.
Former BNI.
Yes.
The boss. Yeah, he said, you know, because of the advocacy Okujeto was doing on it, and he just called Okujeto and said, listen, at least that's what Honorable Okujeto said. He said, I'm returning my land. I'm no longer interested. Leave me out of this. Yesterday we went to that place. Then,
so he's returned the land that...
Yes, he says he's no longer interested. NIB boss, Atubra. I know Atubra a bit personally. Yeah, that's what Honorable Okujeto said. That Atubra says he's no longer interested in the land. Yesterday we visited that land. Yesterday we went to that place. We went to Labadi where the Blay brothers have taken the land from the Labadi beach. Then we also went to NDA. NDA too, oh, they are taking their land, selling.
Oh, but the CEO says that they haven't encroached on any land.
Which one?
The Northern Development Authority.
Oh, yes, I went there. Oh, I have pictures on my phone. Hey,
I saw you. That's why I'm asking you.
He says, when you go there, you see fresh walls. In the last 1 week, they were building day and night. They've cut a lot of the land. I know the NDA office in Accra. That's why we did the Constitutional Review Commission sittings, etc. Yeah, they've parceled it. Listen, even at one point, there's no space between the building and the wall. I'm telling you, you can send your cameras there, or you will see at one part of the building. There is no space between the building and the wall. You will see that, which is against the building code. So I'm like, how can you even sell that? You sell so much and sell illegally. Of course, the whole transaction itself, we see it as illegal. Then they've gone extra, so quadruple illegal. There's no space between the building and the wall. That's against the building code, right? Yes. So that's one example. So we visited the agric extension land. We've seen a lot of it. You see the loot, how they were destroying government documents, the buildings. Well, they've parceled it out, but thankfully, since they've not started construction, that's one place that hopefully will be recovering a lot of the loot.
Focus on the loot and leave the prosecution. But then again, you would also understand why some would disagree, because there has to be a deterrent. If it was just about taking money that had been allegedly stolen and not punish the people who stole them, what would deter anybody from stealing money? Counsel.
So then, as usual, let's greet Garmanche. Garmanche has done a yeoman's job by standing up when a lot of chiefs were quiet. Garmanche says he's not resting until we get justice in the Sicily Adapa matter. And sure, thankfully, at least we are on the right path to that. I'm sure in the coming months we'll see what can be done. Ose Adeyo Ajimabedu II, Domahini, thank you for also standing up and talking about bad governance when most people were quiet. People's mouths were full. They said it is bad manners to talk whilst eating. So they were busy eating. Okay, now they finished eating. And Ghanaians have been what? Left short. So Chief Justice Sophia Kufu, thank you very much. Good morning. Hey, and did you hear Sophia Kufu's last interview? In the course of the week, she says the same thing that Justice Tokono Kere CJ is talking about. Changing the constitution in terms of how the Chief Justice is appointed. Currently, we don't have separation of powers. So the Chief Justice is in the armpit of the President. Yeah. So we need to change this constitution quickly. Bring true independence to the judiciary. Look, the way usually the executive hound judges when they have cases concerning the government, etc., it's terrible. It's terrible. Akufo-Addo even took it to the West, where he could hound Bafuboni, Justice Bafuboni of the Supreme Court, day and night. Bafuboni, resign, resign, resign. I'll give you X to resign. I'll give you Y to resign, etc. It's bad. Look, if judges talk to you, you see that they have no peace. They have no peace. They didn't enjoy that much peace under Akufo-Addo at all. They were hounded left, right, center. That is not separation of powers. We need true independence. We need to reform the Judicial Council, make it truly independent of the executive, so that we will have true separation of powers. Right? I mean, you ask lawyers who had cases before judges, and sometimes because of the way Akufo-Addo behaved, you have to find ways of delaying the case. Delaying so that Akufo-Addo will be out. Then you know that, okay, now, at least from what we knew the last time, JM is better than Akufo-Addo. He will not hound as much. But just to avoid anything at all like that, let's just change the constitution. You know, the election of the MMDCs, etc. So that this MMDCs will be accountable to the citizens, right? To make our development go faster. Because right now the MMDCs all have to please the president, not the citizens. The citizens or the persons in the districts, the municipalities don't elect those MMDCs. So rather, they look to please the executive, the president, and not the citizens. That's not development, right? Okay, so thank you. So now, Mr. Joe Jackson says we should concentrate more on the recovery of the loot. Look, talking bluntly, not as a lawyer. You know, when I come here, it's not every time I'm wearing a lawyer's cap. I have to wear other caps. I'm a citizen as well. And I know how, things work out in court. I largely support him. So this is a personal opinion. Okay, it's not the opinion of ORA, right? No, it's a personal opinion. I'm allowed to talk briefly on personal issues like this. I can make a personal opinion. Okay. You see, all the arguments is articulated. They are very solid. You think people who have stolen millions of dollars would readily go down? No. They get into court. It's one objection after the other. From objection to objection, like the